Swollen coming through. Swollen coming through.
Swollen man is coming to the party. Peace, one love. Peace, one love. Peace, one love. Peace, one love. Peace, one love.
Oh yeah, dude, definitely go ahead and subscribe if you want to stay involved and stay up to date. And hit that bell next to the subscribe button, that way you get alerts.
It got fucking boosted up the heaven.
Not a brown shirt, a brown skin.
Excuse me, can I come through?
You're white, you don't know oppression!
You're white, you don't know oppression.
Yeah, I don't know oppression, but I'm oppressed? Holy shit, what the fuck? I hate America now.
My man Bog.
Drive them out! The Trump regime is fascist! Drive them out!
I'm having a wonderful time. You guys mind me? I don't want to like... I'm going to ask him just in case. You mind me streaming you? You good? All right. Because it's a lot easier. We still got more fun. Apparently we're fascists now.
Thank you, Mass Truth. Pleasure having you in here. Hope all is well.
What do they mean by this? What?
Hold my coat. Give me one example.
Are you sure?
Give me one example. Just one example. Give me one example. Any kind of example.
Where can we get it?
Somebody just told you.
Oh, you put the sticker on your hat? I got one too.
Big guy.
Set, eyes up on Valor.
Excuse me.
I thought you meant like real Valor. Oh, he's not going to do what I think he's going to do.
This guy's taking his shirt off.
This is what the anime right looks like. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. There are kids watching, damn it.
Why would they pay people when this is
Now, don't worry, Charles forgot to help me my check.
my democratic? Okay, look, I'm going to take you, once we finally get paid by Soros, I'm going to take you out to a nice dinner.
Yeah.
This is
You know,
Give me one example.
Give me one example.
Give me one example. Give me one example.
Oh, okay.
Just one example. Just one example.
I don't know. What is brown shirt referring
Just one
to?
example.
I broke it.
They're running away.
I broke it when I came here and met up with Brittany, and then just we kind of pushed the cover too far, and then it went over.
That's going to be on fucking YouTube at some point, isn't it?
And he can say what he wants, but he's not censoring them.
Oh, right, yeah, the Gestapo, right? Is that what brown shirts are?
You're standing here waiting
I mean to be so ignorant towards that.
Exactly. But you're not doing it, so we can't say you are. Exactly. I can't. It's like saying you're punching him. Yeah, better.
I'm not going to hit you back. You're a woman. You can punch me all you want.
But we're talking about Trump, not you and me.
But I'm saying that you're saying it's a slippery slope argument. I'm saying that you going into a bathroom,
You wanted an example of so turning the journalists against you and monitoring information is very much a tactic of a
What do you mean
despotic
monitoring
regime.
information?
Saying they're lying. What do you mean by
At a press conference, if certain people aren't allowed, if they're threatening people that they won't feel at their press conferences if they were press,
That's no good, Mohawk. Nobody wants to work with people like that, right?
He calls on CNN. Did you watch the press conference? Did you watch his last press conference? He called on CNN multiple times. How is that censoring CNN?
Trump is, what his tactics are, resemble fascist regimes. Okay? That's dangerous. I just did.
No, that's not a right example. He said he's calling CNN and all that. It's not censorship, that's his speech versus their speech. If I'm saying you're a liar, that's not me shutting you up, that's just me saying that you're a liar.
So you want an example of what resembles fascism?
Right, what you need to go in and shut down certain organizations.
Favoring oil companies over the sovereign rights, I'm moving on to a different example. Favoring oil companies over the sovereign rights of indigenous tribes.
Okay, signed a contract.
How is that fascist?
Jackie, Jessica says she has your
Capitalistic.
stuff. She's coming back. She's not. She's gone right now.
Yeah, she went to the bathroom.
Yeah, she just messaged it actually.
Just went to the bathroom. She messaged it through the stream, so we would see it.
She has her stuff. She'll be back.
The Army Corps was going.
It's all good, man. No worries, Asher.
That one little
Thanks for the further information.
That fucking Scotland. I don't know if he was Scottish or
The Ron
Kiwi.
Weasley guy?
Yeah. Was he Scottish or Kiwi?
I thought he was British. Wasn't it like a British actor?
He was definitely English.
Happens that people disagree
Oh, wait.
with, that's fascist.
He might have been Northern English.
What do you say? Where's the fascist? Where's the fascist
The
aspect?
fascist aspect is
Dude, you guys have shit taste.
Very, very true, Mohawk. Quite.
I like how people from other countries are
true.
coming here telling us how to run ours. That's my favorite part.
You're putting the head of heart issues.
It came to no surprise that he was English too.
That's my favorite part.
Because he's not protecting labor.
Getting bored.
Yeah.
Corporate interests.
It's dropping.
The head of labor, that's not what they're supposed to do. That's like,
Like, look what we did to this place. This was us.
We moved them out.
All us. This place was just crowded. This is where Jack and them were dancing. Thanks to him. This fucking racist.
Out like half what it was like an hour or two ago. So it's, I think they're clearing out.
Yeah.
Give it some time and it's gonna die.
I stopped you guys from fucking chanting, so we don't have to.
We stopped them because they left. We chased them away. This tiny group of people chased them away. That's why we stopped. And then after we stopped, that's when you came. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm just glad you stopped.
We can start again if you like.
No.
Build a wall! 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 Build a Yes! We do!
Simple.
We're so racist. We're so racist. I love you, man. I'm racist. How horrible we are.
Oh, you're terrible. This is such racism. We're gonna kill him. Such racism, guys. Look, stop it. We're gonna kill him. We're gonna kill the guy. That's funny as hell. We're building a human wall, aren't we? Let's build a wall. Build a wall.
Wait, no, I gotta film it, so I have to be out of this. You guys.
We are the wall. 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 Right foot kick left. Hey,
Let's check out some more footage.
We're the funniest wall around. It's the best wall.
A lot of stuff that he's putting back into place that Bush had going. What about Dodd-Frank, bro?
I think Dodd-Frank is good and bad things. I think some stuff should be kept like that. Did I say that?
What'd you say?
I said some good Dodd-Frank is good, some is bad. I like keeping commercial banks away from investment banking. I like that position. I don't like when the government tell banks what they have to do. I don't like when they say what my money has to go to.
How is that going to change?
There are laws in place right now.
What laws?
Dodd-Frank is in place right now.
Can you tell me what that does?
It separates commercial banking from investment banking, allowing my money that I put in my bank not to be gamblable.
Can you tell me what that is? Because I have no fucking clue.
Yes, I
Do you think that everything else that's been done has to go along?
Yeah, Mia, I remember you. I said hey a little while ago a few times. I guess you didn't hear me. How you doing?
So much mandate on what can and can't happen.
Hey, Devon, what's up? What's up?
No, the FEC comes in and tells people how to spend their money. I don't like that.
What about Obamacare? We're just going to gut and going to put 20 million Americans, like all of us, into a pendulum, put them into a deep pendulum.
Have you read Rand Paul's Obamacare replacement bill?
Okay, so can I ask you really quickly, why do you support Trump right now with his executive orders and his policies?
I like the good things he's done. I said they're good. I like cutting regulation. I like increased federal government. That's it.
Why do you like that?
Because I think more power in federal hands, less power in my hands. I want
More power in federal hands?
Yes.
You just said?
So I want more power in my hands. So
Your
decreasing.
hands?
Yes. And
Do you know regulations are made to protect the people from corporations and from reckless amount of greed and like things like pollution? You don't think regulations protect our air and our environment from what corporations, the excess of corporations? So you want to take back those regulations?
Said less, not none. I think some regulation is good and viable in the country.
Okay, then
I think some things are bad.
Like?
I don't like it how the EPA can declare a waterway my backyard puddle. That's happening in Kentucky.
So you don't think the EPA should protect the water supply? You know, water is life, right?
My backyard is my property.
You know water is life, right, man? Like, did you know that?
I don't know what your
Did
problem
you know that,
is.
like,
You know
mainly
that
water?
The regulation that he's cutting back are regulations that the corporations don't want. Dodd-Frank, for example, it's already a weak piece of legislation that we have to protect us from the recklessness of Wall Street, and he's cutting that back. Do you know that when you cut back regulations, usually a crash follows?
You know, also regulation allows large corporations to stay more in power so they can afford it. Small businesses that we all support are failing. They can't be regulation
That's why we should reinstate Glass-Steagall, not cut back regulations we already have. So, were you here for draining the swamp? You think Trump is draining the swamp?
Partially yes,
Really?
partially no.
CEO of ExxonMobil, yeah, draining the swamp. He's a globalist. You guys are against globalists. So, Goldman Sachs, CEO of Goldman, he went against Hillary Clinton because she spoke to Goldman Sachs, and he went around and hired Goldman Sachs in his cabinet. Can you please tell me how that's changed this one?
Don't want to use his name. I support them either.
But Trump is doing it.
I am not bend over for Trump and say he's God. I do not think that. I support Trump when he is right. I think he's bad
When is he right? When has he
cutting
done
regulation is a good
I
thing.
just told you he's cutting regulations.
And I say it's a good thing.
Really? Now coal companies can pollute the water. He cut back
coal companies.
Hey, 629, glad to see you in, man. Been a while. How you doing?
Energy sources die, right? No, they can go to another industry like renewable energy. Do you not care about our air, our water? Those coal workers.
Hey, kudos to you, Mohawk. Thanks for helping our industries.
Stop working hard and failed.
So you don't believe that the government should incentivize clean energy?
Yeah, they know nothing about water and clean water. Duke Power here in North Carolina has contaminated two of the major river arteries, the Yadkin and the New River here in North Carolina, and they've still refused to clean it up, and they're actually putting the payments off to clean it up on the taxpayers. They know nothing about having clean water. These people are fools and they're cherry pickers.
I like him. I say he's wrong.
Okay, so you're really not a Trump supporter?
I'm not. I've never said I was a Trump supporter.
Okay, so even you're not a Trump supporter. Okay, so look, so libertarian free market, okay?
Yes.
It doesn't take care of roads or bridges. Did you know that? Do you know that you need a
federal
government?
The federal government.
I'm saying free market doesn't take care of that.
The free market can.
Really?
Yes.
Tell me an instance. So Milton Friedman, he was one of the writers that spoke about capitalism and free market. He said that the government actually does need to provide for roads and bridges because the free market doesn't. Adam Smith, another person that the free people who support free market like to claim and quote, he said that you need government to take care of the environment. You need government to build roads and bridges. So
when my grandfather and I built a road to his house, that was not free market
because it
working.
benefits your own.
I feel like moving somewhere else.
The free market only benefits wealthy people with money. Think about it.
We're not wealthy in the slightest bit, man.
So think about it. The police is up there.
Pardon me?
Tell them why.
That shit's weak. It went fucking full autist so fast. I'm gonna move somewhere else and just record all the faggots over here. They're in their own group.
Again, folks, I'm really sorry for the poor stream health. I don't know why it's being so shoddy right now.
No, that shit was lame, dude. Sorry. Jaywalked just now. Yeah, that are fucking re as fuck, dude. Oh shit, based. Hold up.
And that's what I'm talking to everyone. Like, I was in DC, I was in the inauguration.
Yes. Guess what? That's why he's got.
Hey, Alan. How's it going, man? Glad to have you here.
In his administration, especially people like Paul Ryan and Reince Priebus. They're traitors. He's got people right in his administration that's backstabbing him.
Paul Ryan is not in his administration, and he can't remove.
He's a leader of the. He's a important House Speaker. Come on, man.
Leader of the House, but he's not in his administration.
He's not yourself. He's not his cabinet.
Yeah, but guess what? Everyone that's in the cabinet is not adapted to what Trump wants. That's the point I'm trying to make. They're against him.
Your hat was made in China.
Yes.
Your hat was made in China.
Right. You're over there. Right. Yeah,
That's a valid point there, guy. His hat was made in China. Oh, wow.
Guess what? Guess what? I trust Trump with this. If he finds out that he has people on the inside who doesn't want to do his thing.
I don't know. I talked to him earlier today. He was like, he hit me up.
He will. Yes, don't tell me he can't. He can't. He gonna do whatever he wants to do.
That's above the law. That's the problem.
No, it's not. He's not above the law.
Bye.
He's gonna do it in the confines of our Constitution and Bill of Rights. All these other people that's been running our lives, they've been trampling all over the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. They don't respect the Bill of Rights and Constitution. These same people that's out here protesting, they don't respect the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. They don't.
So what informs your decision to trust Trump? Like, what has he done to earn your trust?
Because he's not one of them, ma'am. He's never been to Bohemian Grove. He never been to a Bilderberg meeting. All right? He's never been a part of Skull and Bones. Do you know what those organizations are?
Yes.
I don't know if he's going to repel the environmental protection agencies. I think that he wants to reform them, though, to liking, so that he can make those reformations to where that we can start using these cleaner forms of coal and whatnot.
Like, oh, he's always doing it because they're black. You got people saying like, oh, he's racist. If he does it because they're black, like, oh, then you make sense. You know what I'm saying?
But it displays like a dangerous prejudice of his. That everyone who lives in the inner city is black. And
so he's prejudiced because he hired a black guy?
No, he's prejudiced because I don't know if he's prejudiced. I'm just trying to find examples of like the
I don't know if he's prejudiced.
Ron Weasley's back.
He doesn't know, but he's like been mentally.
I gotta catch it.
Yo, it's me from earlier. I'm calling. Remember, they're giving me shit for calling them Nazi sympathizers. This guy's hiling. This guy's hiling out here.
I did this to that lady. I did this. I did this. This.
Like, don't believe me. Believe me. I wouldn't. I'm gonna vote for someone that's racist.
I don't think that's a woman, but yeah, I think he's taking it a little too. He's going about it a little too silly. Let us know what you guys find, Alan and Mass Truth. Thanks again for everybody tuning in. I'm your host, Guy Taking a Dump. We're covering the live stream footage of the protest in New York City, of the Not My President situation going on. There was something going on as well in D.C., but I've not been able to find any feed of that.
just because you inherited something doesn't mean you have to accept it. He should have done his own.
People call it a Muslim ban, but people call it a Muslim ban. If it was a Muslim ban, he would have banned all Muslim countries, but he hasn't banned all Muslim.
He can't do that because then
Just ban the countries where he doesn't have any business.
Then, like,
Yeah, he can't do that because then it would really be a Muslim ban.
Actually said we banned Muslims.
No,
like,
no, not that it.
It wasn't even a ban. I just want to correct this. It was a temporary travel restriction.
Something Obama did as well, yes.
Obama didn't do the same thing.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't. He slowed the same process, and people who had visas were still able to enter.
It was a 90-day ban he did.
It was not a 90-day ban. It was a vetting process.
It was the 90-day ban. Was,
Yeah,
it was,
right.
The word ban, I guess. It was just a halting so that they could what you
It
said.
strengthened the process, but it was a stepping stone to what happened now.
But that's what as well. He's trying to.
But something else, the list of the countries wasn't actually passed down by President Obama. The list of the countries that are part of the ban were a list that happened during the Obama administration of potentially dangerous countries, including the ones that he listed. But it wasn't the deciding factor.
See, I don't know exactly where you're coming out with that. I need to see like a source on that because what I read is that it was the Obama administration.
It did identify.
Where was this man? All right then.
Yeah, but that was made in China.
No, it wasn't. And even if it was, what difference does it make?
Let me see them a label. Let me see them a label.
What is it going to prove to you?
That he is not illegal immigrant.
I think a lot of America! What you...
That tag was made in China, bro.
That's right.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
I'm not...
He's like, yeah, this hat's made in fucking America. He's like, no, it's made in China. And then he shows him it's got the American flag on it. And he's like, oh yeah, you're right. Some dude in the background's yelling, it's made in China.
I'm right.
You're right.
But it doesn't mean anything even if it was made in China.
Yes, that's illegal.
I bought it right off of his website. I wanted the money to go right into his pocket.
How much you pay
That's
for that?
right.
How much you pay for that?
What difference does it make? I got it.
How much?
I got it. It's the meaning of it.
Very good.
Yeah, I'm looking into that right now, Alan. Thanks for
You're the
posting
one
that
who's
article.
Sorry, ma'am. Unfortunately, I saw you in D.C. I saw you in D.C. You're the one who's sorry.
Yeah, contaminating aquifers here is what it's talking about, and it says that it does allow through provisions enacted by Donald Trump that it does allow mining waste to be dumped into streams and waterways without any consequential effects on the companies involved.
You in D.C. You're the one who's sorry.
Yeah, that's what he said. The guy with the hook nose.
My name is Kenneth. Kenneth what? N-N-E-T-H. Hill.
Got a lot of buffering.
At Twitter. Red Pill Ken. Red Pill Ken at Twitter.
Were you on InfoWars?
It is. It's an inside job. Yes. Yes.
Really?
L-A-N-E. Yes. Yes. Yes, it was. They did it on purpose to further keep us in war. Globalist elites, the Israel government, people inside our government, foreign governments, Saudi Arabia. Obama what? Obama. Continuation of that process, yes. I live in New York.
So,
And Minnesota.
do you have a job?
40-year-old problem. What difference does it make? My taxes are high, just like everyone else.
What do you do for a living, sir? Consolidation.
I'm 55.
Okay.
Looks like we got some going on in Huntington Beach, California as well. We'll go and take a look at those in just a moment. Let's see how this one was going down. And
Puppet master who's got no
the smartest people in the world, like they keep complaining that Donald Trump, bankrupt.
let's go and check this one out. Walls do not work. What?
We are home.
What a stupid statement to make. God. Folks, you have to be skeptical with all news agencies today. All of them. That's why I think what we're doing here is more important than all news agencies.
Women's rights are human rights. Women's rights are human rights. Women's rights are human rights. Women's rights are human rights.
Trump is fighting for women's rights. What are these people talking about? He literally just met with a group of women entrepreneurs like 2 weeks ago to try and figure out how to most effectively enact a maternal paid leave policy. I don't understand what they're talking about. It's so fucking moronic. Doesn't seem to me there are many pro-Trump supporters here right now. As far as I know, the EPA was the direct cause of that huge contamination in that. I think it was it the Snake River, Asher. I can't remember. Whichever the main through Colorado. I can't remember the name of the river right now. But yeah, they were the main cause of the contamination of that river, which pretty much turned it. It was like a very bright orange from such contamination. That is really awful, Mohawk. Looks like we've lost all the live streams of the New York protest. Let me see if I can find any more. I will pull up the Huntington Beach protest real quick. And we'll continue to stream that one.
You can't steer away from the ideals of the country while saying you're going to take that country back to its ideals or its principles or its beginning. You necessarily.
This is in New York.
If they're outside of what you're.
Yeah, they're doing it wrong.
You're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
You're wrong. And it's okay that he's wrong on some things. Mm-hmm. It's okay that he's right on some things. Mm-hmm. He just has to figure out a way to accomplish the things that are going to help our country without doing the things that are going to hurt our country. I think he's right in securing our borders. I think it's going to help our country making it safe. But he needs to find a way to do that without undermining the rights of the people that are here illegally. or the people that are trying to come here in the right way.
If people are here illegally, they don't
out there that
have rights other than
are
human
unsafe.
rights.
There are countries out there that are
They have basic
Saudi
human rights,
Arabia
but they don't have
just
rights as
threw
Americans.
A 17-year-old boy off of a building in a public execution because he was gay.
Oh, wow.
That shit is still happening. It shouldn't be as difficult as it is to run away from something like that and come to a place like a me that hard. You shouldn't have to have $26,000 of disposable income to become an American citizen. You shouldn't need to pay the fees that these people need to pay. Some of these people are literally giving their life savings to get to this country. And then they get here and they have nothing. And they have to start from scratch. And then they're told that they're not going to get the help for a couple years. You can't do that.
Yeah.
That's not helping people. That's actually hurting them. You're making their lives more difficult. Help them. If you're going to let them in, help them when you let them in. Don't bring them here and then tell them that they're wrong.
Is there anything that you're personally trying to do to bring more attention to any of those issues?
Other than Facebook and talking to anyone that will hear what I have to say, I mean, there's not really much I can do. I could be one of those people that calls Congress, but unfortunately, and both of the members of Congress for me are Democrats. So when I call them and I say, listen, I'm going to explain to you why I voted for Trump, they have never said that they stopped listening, of course, but that's where it ends.
Okay.
I've spoken to maybe, and it hasn't been a lot, maybe 4 or 5 different people that work in politics. But once
We
they
talked
find
about
out that I
Fukushima
voted
not
the way
long
that I
ago,
voted,
and that is a very
conversation's over.
terrible tragedy that is
They
continuing to
literally stop
persist on and
listening to
get
what I
worse
have
and
to
worse
say,
and worse.
Because what I have to say has lost all merit. Because I voted for Donald Trump, that automatically makes me a bigot and a racist. It makes me against women's rights. It makes me against the rights of all of these different people because I voted for someone. So they just don't listen to what I have to say because they think it's flawed. They think it's altered. There's underlying deep-seated hatred in what I have to say. So they're not willing to listen to it.
So, are you hopeful then that there's an opportunity here, given the current climate of both of the Republic itself and Congress?
I am hopeful that eventually the rest of America will get as fed up as some of the other people that I've spoken to, finally on either side.
Okay.
You know, and I think once they get as fed up as I am, that's when they'll be like, okay,
Well, I mean, obviously there's a major distinction between the sentient life of a human being compared to that of an ant. But I see where you're coming from, Mohawk. When it comes into regards to that, though, all humans are made equal. I mean, that's a basic fundamental aspect of the republic and a democracy. So when it comes to upholding human rights, it's obviously, you know, a number one. It should be one of the number one intentions of any republic or democratic nation. And you know, but when it comes to being an illegal immigrant and having in regards to its laws and its policies, illegal immigrants don't have that. So they're not legal citizens, right?
I'm worried about the citizens. I'm worried about where our country's going. I'm worried about war. I'm worried about all of these things that I am powerless to change, but I can talk to people about them. I can get people to understand my perspective on it.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, all anybody can really ask of anyone else is to be open to the other side.
Yeah.
I'm more
Folks,
than
who
welcome
all
to-
here is
even if
opposed to me
somebody wants
restarting
come
the
and
stream in hopes
preach
that the
why they
stream
voted for
quality will
Hillary
get
Clinton,
better?
I'm more
Say
than
aye.
open to hear that.
'Cause I'm really getting
Explain to me,
frustrated.
Maybe there's something that I missed. You know, you could explain something to me that makes everything that I felt about her not matter. You could explain something that makes me go, oh, well, I should have voted for that person.
Yeah.
And I can't vote for her now, but I can do things to causes that she was pushing forward. You know, I can donate to her foundation. I can do, you know, anything to help.
You want to
just give me the opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, and if no one's willing to give me the opportunity or explain why they voted the way they voted because of the way that I voted, then what am I supposed to do?
You make a very interesting point. I'm currently a student journalist at University of Massachusetts. It's an online program at the Amherst campus, so that's why I can be here in New York. And one of the things that we're discussing is the responsibility of journalism and what its real purpose is, and it is to engage and to inform and to spotlight issues or spotlight people who have these perspectives. And this is an opportunity to discuss why you voted with people. And I'll even show you the stream here. So people are commenting, and all those comments, guys, I see that. But yes,
that's awesome.
This is it's a new way to approach what a lot of people have been discussing over the last 2 years or so, is that if the information you're not getting, if the information you're getting isn't true, or if the perspective that you have and the only one you listen to, then how can you possibly understand the other side?
I think you're right. I think you guys as the media, as journalists, if you're going to speak in a public forum, I think you have a responsibility to do your fact checking, make sure that you're telling people correct information. But like I said earlier, there's no law that dictates that you have to do that. And because of that, me as a consumer, I never just take what I read or hear from the media and it's written in stone. I always do the research on my own that I can do. I always go and find some way to find out, well, is that really true? And most of this stuff you can find out. It's not, Google's amazing. It really is. It's not difficult to find out whether this stuff is really true or not. It's really not. So I think it's a little disappointing that if it's that easy for me to find out if stuff is true or not, it's that easy for the media, and somebody is definitely being paid to fact check something and failing to do so. So I think you guys have a responsibility.
On a yellow school bus, going to a school in a different neighborhood, that'll make them smart. I mean, I saw it myself. I grew up in the Greenwich Village and Fulton Projects. You know, two different worlds. So I could see people where it's like going to school. It's also like the fuck up of like Catholic school and public school.
Okay, yeah. Yep, we're in
like
Columbus
certain
Circle
Catholic schools, like there's some in Brooklyn where it's like movie stars send their kids to this school. This school knows that it has a fucking curriculum to teach kids things that other schools will not. And it's broken down in a way where it's like.
Okay. All right. Good seeing you, Alan. Hope you have a good day. We'll be back on later tonight, guys. No doubt. So be sure to tune in. If you're subscribed already, I've been meaning to let you folks know. If you're already subscribed to my channel, next to the subscribe button there is a bell. If you click the bell, then you will be alerted for when my live stream goes live always. So if you want to go ahead and click that, that would make it much easier for you all to be involved whenever we get live. But again, thank you, Alan. Thanks for tuning in.
So if I don't focus on your strengths and I put this whole blank slate where everyone has this one bar to reach, it's like if I put this bar up here and some of you are born to be only this tall, how can you reach a bar that's up here if you're born to be this tall? True. It's impossible. It's just not going to work. But then again, teachers aren't paid enough. Schools are understaffed. There's not enough in the education department in general.
Sounds like you sort of might have a anarchistic type of mindset, my friend Mohawk. I really want to restart the broadcast, but I don't want to alienate anybody away from coming back and making them think that the broadcast isn't going to come back on.
All right, everybody. So my name is Victor Bailares, and I'm a community organizer here in Huntington Beach. And by the name of Old View Comunidad, along with the beautiful assistants and hugs that were walls.
This woman trying to hold up another microphone to his mouth just has no idea what it's like to get feedback out of something. Oh yeah, let's not give the other people that have opposing views any attention, because that's like totally not fascist.
Just like Monica said, there's only one person. So what we got to do right now, we're going to head on over to the beach with our indivisible OC group. And we're going to be spelling resist and we're staying on the sand with all of us. Similar to what happened in San Francisco. We'll show unity of power and the sign resist. We must 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 resist! We must resist! We must resist! We must resist! Alright, everybody, so here we have Carrie Joe, she's the organizer from right here from the Resist and Where's Dana on the sand. So can you give your attention, please? Thank you so much.
Hi, everybody! We got a drone up in the sky. He's gonna take a picture of us.
I think everybody is going to volunteer to do the resist sign on the sand, right?
Alright, so we're going to go over to the south side. Your left. Or your other left. Either way.
You're absolutely right, Mass Truth, and that's so unfortunate.
It's like I'm all about you speaking your piece, but when you push an old lady, that's when you cross the line. You don't do that.
You over it?
Their time might be done too. I'm parking. So that was my first protest.
Mine too. It's like my millionth.
Interesting, Mass Truth.
Alright, I have to sign off. I'm actually from Arizona and just popped this, so. But I have my videos from the protest in Phoenix too. Alright, bye.
Protest for the most part, but the rally is still kind of. What is happening here? Let's fix that crap. So yeah, I'll go and I'll cross the street, see what's happening, and then I'll probably head out too. because my battery is not going to last much longer.
Well, it looks like we're going to get a little bit left of the New York protest, but who knows? There may be something that pops off tonight. We'll keep our keep the tabs open and make sure everything, if anything does happen, that we'll find out about it.
You can see how he's doing. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit chillier. Yeah, it's my pleasure, and I really would appreciate any feedback you guys have for me, because again, this is my first time doing like interviews and all that fun stuff. So keep me posted.
The show is more elaborate, right? And the editing is bigger. It's a one night.
This guy's playing fucking flute with his nose.
What's happening here? No, this is gonna be hard.
Hey, there's no shame in that, my friend Mohawk. No shame in that. I wonder what happened to those really young Trump supporters that we were watching earlier. They were like dancing and being silly and stuff.
They attacked France. They attacked America, so let Europe ban them, not America. Why is America banned them?
There he is. Hey, there's that guy from earlier.
Show me the European ban. Islamic work. I am not. You would have to show me your shit. I'm not showing you my shit. Somebody has a Bluetooth speaker? Why? Yeah, I got one. Tell me why they banned them in Europe. Why not continue our ban? Why they banned them in Europe? So you can't take it on my faith in France. Why? Show me. Why? Why is it banned?
I had lost for 19 years. The only reason I have now is my front line was starting to go. And I didn't want to drop my life.
Got it. Yeah, no.
No, don't end yet. You just found the 90s guy. The guy from earlier, the Trump supporter.
First of all, Islamicists is not a word. Just like to say that. That's ignorance right there.
Oh, it's a fun question to ask, but I actually have a question for you.
It's not a word.
Is this your first time to like a rally or protest or anything?
Just in the neighborhood?
It's not my first time, but it's been a long time.
Got it. And do you mind if I record you? I don't have to put your face in if that's okay.
I don't mind. What's it pertaining to?
Oh, it's just a live stream, so I have a public stream so people can take a look, stop in for a minute or two, and just to see what's happening here, as well as other places in the country, as well as abroad. Because it's a big, story. It's a big event, really.
Yes, it is. This debate that's going on here is deep. You have a pro-Trump and
the rest.
Not so.
No. Is he solo?
Him and his girlfriend is battling everyone else. Going head to head.
Brave kids. Brave.
Point.
Okay.
And some is coming with feelings and others coming with facts.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's not always about what you feel. It is what it is. I can feel if I jump on the Empire State Building, am I gonna live? Facts is 99.99% of the time you're not gonna live. There have been somebody that did live and jumped off.
Really?
Yeah, not too long, a couple years back.
It
was a good wind, and it blew him into one of the lower windows.
Wow.
He was trying to commit suicide.
That girl with titties on her hat looked pretty triggered.
Yeah. Universe did not today.
I think the girl is more democratic.
So you think the conversation was pretty cordial?
Yes, it was cordial. Everybody giving a chance.
Get closer to the debate, woman. Up in there and let's hear it.
Revolution
this April. A revolution delayed is a revolution betrayed.
What he said.
Long live the Trotskyites.
Oh.
So everyone's standing for something.
All you got to do is just politely push your way through.
Huh?
Is that what brought you out here today, just to be in the moment?
Yeah, to see, because I haven't been out here in a while also.
Yeah.
This gentleman here, he brought me in here.
Oh yeah? This is your idea?
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
If you don't stand up for something, you fall for anything.
It's true. It's a fact.
Yeah.
So not your first protest?
Not at all.
Do you mind if I record you by the way?
Not at all.
Okay, just making sure.
I was just striving to do something constructive and productive while utilizing. Truly. And then a lot of people have misconceptions of what Islam is, and they have a different perspective. You know?
Well, it's just like any other religion. There's many different interpretations of it.
Or a lot of times you have a
Not that there's misconceptions. It's just that some
what
people
perspective with Islam is.
have their own ideas, just like some Muslims have their own interpretation of Islam.
The word Taliban. Do you know what the word Taliban means?
I do not know.
And you hear that word used a lot, correct? But you have no idea what it actually and literally
It's the
means.
tribal government of Afghanistan.
Students.
Really?
Students.
Very interesting. I did not know that.
So they took a positive word and turned it into a negative word to the masses of the people.
No, that's literally what the tribal government in Afghanistan is called. They're called, yeah, I'm sure it means student, but it's probably because it interprets as students of Islam.
From another perspective, which is
Here's something that lots of people probably don't know, I'm sure a lot of my viewers do, is that they were propped up and given legitimacy by the CIA in the mid and late 80s, fighting the Soviets.
Other sources. Yeah. You know what I mean? You don't know the truth, or you don't know the perspective.
Oh, I don't blame you, Mohawk. If you live in an area where there's literally fat around you, you gotta be quiet about it.
In America.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a different struggle.
Were you born in the city?
Yes.
Nice, very cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not your first rodeo then.
No, not at all. And not be the struggle don't start. The struggle didn't start with me just being Muslim. It started with me being black first.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's a totally different struggle in itself. You know what I mean? So to see how we have had problems with our community, and we tell the people a long time ago, come on, let's stand up, let's go to this protest, let's go to a community music, let's make a change.
Yeah.
And they not come along until they actually get into something.
Really?
Until now it's happening to them. You know, other people that's in the community, things is happening to them. So now they're looking for us as a group of people that been holding down the foundation to come along with them. You understand? You know, and we've been telling them that it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's been happening to us.
Yeah.
So it's not how it's not going to happen to you. This is the disposition of this person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, knowing the struggles, because a lot of times people think because Trump is the president of America that the structure ain't already set up. White supremacy always.
Hey, what's going on, Mike? Glad to have you in here, man.
You know what I mean? So that's understanding that. But to see the masses of the people to come together is a beautiful thing, because that's why I accepted Islam, because it wasn't a color thing.
Yeah.
No matter what, where you came from and what color you were, as long as you testified that there was only one God, you were my brother. So, you know, that's I love to see this.
Yeah.
But I hate the fact that it has to be a response. That you got to go through an adversity for it to be a response.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that claim, Alan. There's a lot of fake. There's a lot of fake reporting around that, and here's a pretty good result map that gives you a good idea of the actual results here in America. And don't misinterpret it, because in this map, red is Hillary Clinton and blue is Donald Trump.
Yes. Because but you know, as studying,
now, yeah, she did win the popular vote. I mean, she won the popular vote, but there's a legitimate reason why the popular vote is not what
necessarily expecting, but
authoritates who wins the actual election.
Like after every adversity, we get closer. We start to understand each other. We start to experiencing each other's culture. And starting to have love and admiration for one another, rather than letting color be a barrier for us.
Or a separator.
Yes, you understand?
Yeah, for sure.
We find out that we are part of the human family. You understand that we all have these trials and tribulations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't just affect you, it affects us all.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's to just get us into getting together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The mutual teachings of the truth.
Yeah.
You know, seriously. You know, because eventually the truth will knock out falsehood. You understand? Yeah. So you know.
The real truth.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another thing. Mike is right. There were dead people whose votes were counted for some fucking reason. I mean, the fact of the matter is that voter fraud has always been a problem here in America. I mean, always. I mean, for the past 20, 30, 40, 50 years has been a massive, massive problem here in America. So there's really no way of telling who won the real popular vote. But the fact of the matter is, with 300 million plus people in America, and then if you add together all of the votes that were tallied in, so the total is 137 million out of 300 million citizens. That's less than 50% of the actual population that voted. So
gun violence and a lot of things, lack of resources.
There is a silent majority. That's what Mohawk's referring to, Alan.
Economics, employment level, a lot of things like that.
Even the proper education is also not being given in the black community. They took the phonics out the school system in the black community. And that's the primary skills you need for reading and comprehension.
Yeah.
If you take that away, then most children leave children dumbfounded.
Yeah.
And phonics began in pre-kindergarten. And they take it away. They got the kids playing everything but that, playing computer games instead of doing phonics. Learning the basic skills that they need to succeed in life.
Right. Do you find that there's like opportunity or organizations or groups in your community now that's pushing towards that to change the education?
Now, because we at a different level. A lot of times we found out that in order to change the community, you got to come out and be a part of it and change it yourself. They say it's 3 stages of faith. One is to see something and you want to say something. You know what I'm saying? Then the second one is to go in and actually change it with your own hand. And the third is to hate it within your own heart. So, we just striving to implicate the stuff that we are learning. A lot of the information we didn't apply, so it wasn't. So once you start learning to apply the information, make it applicable, it becomes a better road for us. You understand? For sure. But we a lot of times as our people, what I mean? And like I was telling you, there's no distinction of color. But I'm prejudiced. You understand? Seriously, I love my people. And I know I struggle where we came from. And a lot of times I understand that we're given a free education, 1 to 12. And that's to indoctrinate a certain ideology. Ideology, a certain kind of thought. Yes, and to teach somebody else's history. And when a person was living in the dark ages, we were living in the golden ages. You understand? And there's 2 different people of moral conduct. They're the ice people and they're the people of the sun.
Actually, every other civilization was actually more advanced than they were.
Yeah.
Okay.
You won't hear about
way before they was.
Yes. So
but what they did was they said we should not be in the dark ages anymore.
No.
Take from everybody.
What's yours is mine.
There's an actual video I found of people stuffing ballot boxes.
And claim it as our own. It makes you think that it's not yours. So you think that it is mine, even though it is yours. And have your own people telling you that it's ours. And but it's really yours. And your own people is help promoting that.
They said there's a walk over there. I want to go to the bathroom.
All right. Yes.
I'll come back to you.
So, what a lot of misconceptions just been taught to us.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, Alan, out of the majority of people that ended up voting for Hillary Clinton, there was large numbers of people in volume that came out in states like New York and in California, which are obviously very left-leaning states. But in the end, the reason that we have a country that is based on an electoral college-gate system, collegiate system, delegate system, whatever you want to call it. The reason that is what is that authoritates who becomes the president and wins the election is because we can't have 2 or 3 states that determine the president. There are 51 legitimate states in the United States Union. So it wouldn't make sense to allow the 8 million people in New York, 10, 11 million people in California, you know, in the various cities, San Francisco, Los Angeles, the city of New York, go and determine who the president of the United States becomes. It would make no sense. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find any more actual stream footage, folks. Let's see if I can look anything up real quick. There may be something that happens tonight. Here, oh, Kansas City protest. What do you know?
Affordable health care. Will we protest Russia's involvement in this election?
Oh my God. These people are still touting the Russia was involved in this election. What a fucking joke.
And we will keep protesting until America is great again. Thank you.
Yeah, whatever your definition of that is.
So, to shine some more light on these issues that we all have, I'd like to introduce our first speaker. Her name is Rochelle Norman, and she represents Indivisible KC, a grassroots movement that has spread like wildfire over the last month. And they're everywhere. Please welcome Rachel.
Hello. I am so glad to see all of you here today. This is quite a group here. My name is Rochelle Norman. I'm on the executive.
Again, look at the numbers though, Alan. If you look at that map that I sent you, you can see that there's only about 2.5 million more people that voted for Hillary Clinton. Trump received 72,985,000. If you round that up, it's 63 million, okay? Hillary Clinton got 65,853,000. You round that up too, and then that's 66 million. That's only a 3 million difference. Now, if you don't round it up, it's literally less than 2 million. It's right around 5 million, less than 2.5 million. When you compare that to the rest of the country and the people that didn't go out and vote, and then the people that didn't go out and vote who support Trump, and the people that didn't go out and vote who support Hillary, that's why it's called the silent majority. There's really even no way to determine if that is true or not as well. I'm not going to sit here and debate that because there's no statistical evidence that goes to prove either or. Now, if you go and watch the video that I just provided of literally Democrats, verified Democrats stuffing votes into the ballot boxes, you'll see that may have contributed, okay, to some of those votes that she did receive. So there's really no way of ever knowing. The fact of the matter here is Trump won, and whether or not there is statistical evidence to show that one or the other is a silent majority, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant because in the end, it's by the numbers, it's not a landslide victory for either of them. I mean, it was a fair election. When it comes to the electoral vote, obviously it was a landslide for Donald Trump. But with the popular vote, I mean, here, look, you can actually go and map. It has under data statistics. You can look popular vote, state level data table and graphs. I'll look at that right now. And then you can look at voter turnout. Okay, like so states like California and Colorado, they received more of a popular vote for Clinton than they did Trump, okay? Connecticut as well. Delaware. D.C. overwhelmingly voted for Clinton. Hawaii voted for Clinton. Illinois voted for Clinton in a popular vote. And then you can even look at the margins where it tells you by how many, voters more voted for which. I mean, less than 500,000 people in the D.C. area voted. It's insane. At least 2 to 3 million people live there. It's just hard to determine. It's a tough thing to discuss. That's assuming that people don't think their votes count, among a million reasons that may have kept people from going out and voting.
Of course, one group that I would like for you to join is Indivisible KC. Our group, again, is just a few months old.
Honestly, there really were no good choices in this election.
Smallest, simplest actions like signing on to an email campaign, all the way up to showing up at your congressional members' offices, testifying in Congress, running for office. We support all of those actions. Now, our group was organized to follow the principles of the Indivisible Guide. How many of you have read, seen the Indivisible Guide? All right, it's really good stuff. Now, this was written by some former congressional staffers who know what it's like to be on the inside and how we get the attention of our members of Congress. So we're following the instructions that they've given. We're organizing our actions around their expertise and how to get our members of Congress to listen to us. Now, the president is not here. We have a system in our country of checks and balances, right? And we send our representatives to Congress to stand up for us.
Well, if you could give me some stuff to check out, Mike, I would gladly check it out.
So it is our job, it is our civic responsibility to make them listen to the people that they represent. So that's what Indivisible KC is doing. Now, if you're not already a member of Indivisible KC, I encourage you to get your phone out right now. You're going to go to our website, indivisiblecc.com. Yeah, we have all this stuff. And there's a little list there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we have any more protest footage. It didn't look like there was some rallying and some discussion going on. Hey, Alan, we'll be back on later tonight, man. If you want to get back on, you're more than welcome to join us again. I guess there's your answer to that inquiry there, Alan, from Mohawk. Well, it depends on what your definition of the truth is. If you believe truth is something that is supported by empirical evidence, statistical, factual based information, then that, to me, that's what the truth is. Something that you can go and look at evidence and say, yeah, that looks something with substance. There's facts. There's people with credentials behind it to support it. Absolutely. I implore you to go ahead and leave it in the comment section of this video, Mike, because I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream for now. I got to go do some things before it gets much later in the day. But I will be getting back on before the evening gets much later to discuss more things. And hopefully you guys will tune back in. Mike, if you liked what you got to see here today, please subscribe and hit that bell button next to the subscription note. That way you can stay alerted to our the live streams that I like to put up just about daily. I'm still trying to figure out my schedule here. I got a pretty screwed up week and had pretty screwed up last few weeks. But again, okay, you said you left me a message that says a planned trespass, Christopher John, common law and horrific truth hidden affecting all of man. I'll definitely watch it. I'm gonna I'll pick it up right now and leave it in my tabs. And I'll watch it before I head out. But yes, I will let you know. You just be sure you subscribe if you want to get involved with us here in a little bit, and we can discuss more. We don't necessarily talk about mainly political. We talk about